Bats are fascinating animals, the only true flying mammal. With over 1,400 different species, they account for more than around 20% of all mammal species in the world. Bats provide humans with some direct benefits at the cost of some disadvantages. Their dung are being mined from caves and used as fertilizers in some places. They also consume pests, thereby reducing the need for pesticides and other insect management measures. Today, we travel to the Mpirisi Shrine Cave, home to over 24 different species of bats. After walking for nearly 30 minutes, we finally arrived at the entrance of the cave. Paul Ofori, a tour guide with the Buoyem Ecotourism Park, leads us into the dark cave. But first, we have to announce our presence to the gods. Through a dark, difficult to navigate tunnel, we found our way into the female cave where we saw several smaller species of bats. Now we move to a different chamber known as the male cave.
You saw how we managed to squeeze ourselves into this tiny tunnel to get into the main cave. This is quite a huge cave compared to where we came from. And here I understand the bigger species here, quite different from what we saw at the other side of the cave. It's interesting what we are seeing here. So join us, let's get inside.
Whilst glancing through with our torchlights and cameras, we saw this huge snake which has managed to get hold of one of the bats. After seeing these bats in different forms, Paul Ofori tells us how the Mpirisi cave was discovered some centuries ago.
The first time people invited here, there was a fight between the Ashantis, as I already told you. And through their runnings, they found this cave. The time they get here, the bats were just flying out in their numbers. So one of the hunters decided to enter, and he advised him that he shouldn't rush to enter, because it can happen that maybe there was a wild animal in it. That's why the bats are flying out. And that's come out the name Mpirisi, meaning don't rush to enter.
Though these bats served as a source of food in the olden days, the community made it a taboo in order to help preserve the bats and serve as a tourist site.
The right, as I'm talking, is prohibited that you cannot catch even a single bat. If you are caught by catching a bat, you'll be punished by the authorities. So we are all preventing them for tourists to come and take a look at it and give us something for the whole community to benefit with.
Contrary to an old myth that states that all bats are wicked enemies to human, Paul tells me that these bats here are harmless.
I haven't seen even a bat attacking anybody since I was born. And as now I'm talking, I'm about 63 years. But still, I haven't heard that this thing has happened before.
The bats we saw here are more or less part of the Buoyem community, and they can't afford to lose them all.
If you came here and you see no more bats, everybody will not be happy about that. So we are all praying that the bats can be increased in their numbers so that people will come all the time to meet them.
In recent times, human activities across the world has led to the decrease in population of bats in general. The Mpirisi Bats Cave is not an exception.
Formerly there were plenty, and this time as we are in, I've seen that they have been decreased. The first reason is the encroachment of the forest. Secondly, bushfires are always hurting us. And due to that, the bats also don't like smoke. When smoke just gets in, they will fly out or go to a hiding place where you can't see them.
Paul, though happy with the existence of the cave, he's afraid human activities may lead to the total collapse of the cave.
Really, I'm very happy to see the bats alive. But what makes me sad is the encroachment and the destroying of the forest. In fact, when I come here and I see that there's no more trees in this area, I become worried. Because while they come and they see that there is no feed for them, they have to find another place where they can feed themselves. Because they eat to live, as human beings are.
As the world celebrates the International Bats Appreciation Day, Paul calls for an assistance to help conserve the Mpirisi Bats Cave.
I'll be very happy as we are celebrating Bats Day if the whole world can come into our aid and help us to protect them by constructing the roads, planting trees. I think we will have our normal forest as it was at first. And everybody who comes here will be very happy to see them because they are friendly and helpless.
Yes, so we are celebrating the World Bats Day, and what I've seen here today has kind of gingered me to come back here every now and then to have a glimpse of how interesting these animals are, contrary to the several myths and conceptions that are being peddled out there about bats. These ones here are not harmful, and of course interesting to see them here. From the Buoyem Mpirisi Bats Cave here in the Bono East region, my name is Anna Sabit, reporting for Joy News.